What's up, people? This is Awakened Heathen and Scargasm Live.
Did you just say Scargasm?
I did because on Fred Rojas accidentally called the podcast Scargasm.
Okay, I'm looking on the actual thing to see. Okay, there it is. At first, I did not see the video. So,
oh yeah.
So I'm looking on YouTube.
Cool.
When your Doki Doki people show up, don't have Doki Dokis.
Well,
see, here's a question: have your Doki Doki people been showing up to the Persona stuff?
Not really. Well, yes. Arcana shows up every time. He stays the whole time. But all the other people, not really.
I was there for a few minutes, and oh my god, I showed up on one, but I was doing something else, so I pulled it up for it, but I didn't say anything. Was it the one on Sunday or Monday? I can't remember, but Blue showed up.
Yeah, Blue showed up. Yes,
I saw Blue in the chat, but I was
Arcana's up in here.
Sub homes. So yeah, I was there for a little bit, and I actually saw some combat.
Yeah.
So that was a little different. Like, you know, I hadn't seen any combat for the little bit that we did. So
yeah, because it was weird because when I was looking at the video times on my first video, I was like, holy crap, I got to the same spot that we did in like 2 videos. I was like, we must have did a lot of messing around to make it so long.
I mean, I had a whole lot of questions.
This is Scarfinger. He's like the main dude, the main Damie, the Cookie
I'm Scarfinger.
Monster.
I'm the reason why he does what he does.
Cookie Monster Supreme, aka Real Talk.
No, don't even try it. You good? All right, so yeah, I'm the reason why you know who Chase is.
Yeah.
Chase is my one of my internet besties, and he's my racial beard, which I'm going to need for one of the questions that we got asked for the podcast.
Yep.
So, do you want to start us off?
Sure, man. What's been going on in your life, dude, so far?
Man, let me tell you, work has been so boring this week. Like, it's just not a lot going. It's not a lot going on at work at all. Usually, it might be a little bit to do in the morning, but the whole rest of the day, I'm on YouTube, and like you can tell there's nothing for me to do at work because I've been on Discord. Like, that shows you that I have nothing to do at work this week because I've been on Discord. Where I'm never on Discord, and I don't even get the notifications on Discord. I just pulled it up on the work computer, and like, you know, and then I started posting the paintings, you know, because I'm doing a painting a day, and I'm gonna start giving some away. I'm blocking them off by the week, and I'm gonna give one of the ones that I do per week away. But I think I might do it all at the same time. Amber's great. Apparently she's like super great because I don't hear Mass Effect right now.
Yeah, there's a reason I'm using this headset, and I figured that it actually works on here. Like, because it doesn't work on the Xbox to actually get the game audio. Mm-hmm. So I let her use my big headset, and this works just fine for this.
But here's the thing. She asked me to do a painting.
Yeah. And
the painting that she asked me to do, I was like, haven't I already done that? But I didn't use the exact colors that she told me to.
Right.
But I have made that painting, and I made a large one. Which Mass Effect is she on?
She's on 3. She's playing it like for the second time. She normally plays 1 twice, 2 once, and then 3 twice. That's how she normally plays.
I have played 1 and 2 13 times, and 3 now 6 times. And I played Andromeda twice.
Yeah, she's like scanning planets right now.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I played Andromeda twice. I really have to force myself not to play Andromeda. I didn't hate it. Like, I know Mass Effect.
I didn't hate it either. So
I know Mass Effect fans hate it, but I really liked the game. I liked how it was different than the other Mass Effects, while it still feels like Mass Effect. Oh my God, you haven't gotten around to playing 2? 2 is one of the greatest games of last generation. Probably 2 with the DLC is one of the greatest games of all time.
You know that of Mass Effect 3, I've actually, myself, personally, haven't played any DLC. I watched Amber play all of it, but...
Oh, sir, you need to... There's some DLCs that are worth playing and some that are... I will say, all of the DLC for 3, even though it's fucking expensive, are all pretty much worth it, especially the Citadel.
Yeah, I've watched all that. I love the Citadel, but I've not... By the time that we got the DLCs, I was, like, really hard into, like, Battlefield 3, and, like, she was pretty much just playing it, and I was like, just go do your thing, I'll be okay, But, so, yeah. I really do need to get in there.
I want you to get her attention for a second.
Okay.
And I'm gonna show her something because she asked me to do a painting. I already did a painting very similar to what she's asking me to do, and so I'm going to show her the one that I've already done and say, "Do you want me to do this?" Basically,
she said
she doesn't. She definitely doesn't have to be on screen. She just has to see the screen.
Okay.
I'm going to show her the painting that she asked me to do that I've already done 2 months ago.
Okay. Well, hold on one more time.
I know this is like a little break in the shows, but thank you for checking your boys out. We appreciate y'all. Yeah, I figure this is worth doing.
All right, she's coming.
Okay. I figure this is worth doing on the podcast because it's live and live reactions and all of that other shit. Like, we should do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's here.
When she's here. Okay. So she wanted me to do a navy blue, yellow, and with black and white.
Yeah.
That's what she wanted to do. Navy blue, yellow, and black and white. But I did a black and white, not navy blue, but I used gold. And I made this already. I made this 2 months ago.
That is so pretty. Yes. Mail that shit to me. Name your price. I'll take it.
So we'll figure it out. I'm going to be ordering boxes so I can ship stuff out. But for now, I'm ordering the boxes for the smaller stuff. Because do you know how much 25 boxes of the box big enough to send that out? You know how much that is?
Welcome back. Okay.
How much?
It's 25 boxes is $71.
Are you asking me for $71 for that paint?
No, I'm not asking you for $71. I'm just saying 25 of the boxes to ship that size out is $71. So I'm like, maybe I want to start shipping the smaller ones out first. So I will undoubtedly, I will make the one that you asked me to. I can make it like that, and we'll roll with that. Cool.
Cool, sweet, thanks.
You're welcome.
And I'm loving your Spider-Man shirt. Stand up so everybody can see that shirt.
Stand up.
Yeah.
I can't stand up too much because I'm in here in my drawers.
Check out that shirt. I love it.
I got it from Burlington actually. It was like really cheap. It was like $5.
Burlington's got the hookup right there.
Yeah,
Chase,
for
we're
fat
gonna
dudes.
We're gonna have to
For
go
fat
shopping.
dudes, Burlington.
I think the
is
closest
shit.
Burlington actually is in Burlington.
Yeah, literally in Burlington. Yeah. All right, I'll hand this back.
Yeah, I'm just over here representing some old podcast fam, so...
Word up.
All right. Oh, watching your subscriber count is like looking at a clock during boring class. It moves a lot slower than you think it would, than you think it should. Yeah, like, what's weird is we were talking about this earlier, is like, I really like Doki Doki, but not in the fact that that's the only thing I want to watch. And a lot of the people, it seems like that's all they want to watch. Which, I mean, I'm not like blaming. I mean, they got their thing. But, I kind of want to stream other things too. I mean, right. I just streamed the Doki Doki thing on a fluke. We just thought it'd be something fun to do. And then it was like, like 20 people in the room at one time. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
It's kind of like how my friend Rachel, she would post on Instagram what kind of socks she was wearing. And then like she would post like when she got her nails painted. And then she noticed her subscriber count going up and people commenting on just the pictures of her feet. And she was wondering, like, what the fuck? Like, this is kind of creepy. And then, so she rolled with it for a little bit. And this is what I asked you. This is why I asked you about Doki Doki. Because she rolled with it for a little bit. And, like, slowly but surely, it started getting more creepy for her. Mm-hmm. These foot fetish people started getting, like, super creepy. Until, like, one point she posted, like, pictures of a child's foot that was painted. And it got way creepy. She was like, yep, I need to shut this shit down. Like, so maybe like that's how I see the Doki Doki thing. Like that's not all you're about, but that's all they want you to be about. So it's kind of a catch, because like on one hand you want the subscribers, you want people to watch, and on the other hand you kind of don't want people to think that that's all you're about, and you want to avoid the creepers.
Right. Well, there's no real creepers or anything. It's just
Oh, no. I've shown up to one or two of those before. It's totally fucking.
We're just fucking. But yeah,
You're just fucking around. They not. That's the problem.
But yeah, we still got some episodes to do before we're done with that. But me and Amber did one by ourselves, which did pretty good, but then Amber was kind of sick that one weekend, and Kat hasn't been here in like freaking 3 weeks. So, and once we're done with that, it's not that long of a game. Like, I don't know what to do other than do it. It's not like it was like freaking Persona, like it was like a 90-hour experience.
Nah, what you could do is you could do the whole game over again and just make different choices.
Yeah, that's the thing too.
Yeah, but then that catches you in that catches you in that loop, and it seems pretty obvious you don't want to be in that loop. You want people to love you for you, Chase, not because you like playing Doki Doki.
I did want to play with my I wanted to find something good to play with my friend Max, because he likes games, but he's not really.
I'm glad you cleaned that up. I'm glad you cleaned that up, because you was about to say you want to play with your friend Max. You want to find something to play with your friend Max, and that was borderline. Like,
but I kept it rolling, because he's not really a gamer, but he likes games. You know what I mean? And so, and a lot of the like kind of big like that you will remember like from here on, like that he really likes, like Red Dead Redemption, BioShock and things like that. And then so I kind of wanted to like either play with, I'm not sure, like.
If you really want to do something like that, try to do one of those games that has a broad story, but something that he's just learning for the first time. I think that's the key to making the good content, because that's what made the Persona stuff good. Because I don't play JRPGs, but my commentary on that JRPG is what made those episodes.
Right.
So maybe it's something like that, like where he's asking these questions, and like the questions that you answer and the ones that you avoid because that they lead to spoilers and stuff like that. That creates the content.
Yeah, like something like Until Dawn or like this A Way Out, the game that come out, something, because me and him like grew up as like being pretty big film buffs. You know what I mean? So games that are kind of more film like would be pretty cool to do with him, I think.
Yeah, but also something pretty short, because if he's not into it, you don't want to lead nobody.
Right.
Okay, so can I tell you about this mystery flavor?
You sure can.
Okay, so I got an email, and I guess they sent it to everybody from Dollar E Juice Club. They were doing a mystery flavor and it was 200 milliliters for $14.99.
Right.
And I was running low on my berry peach menthol, which is now... Bless you. Now my current favorite with them and so I was like, well, I'll order some berry peach menthol and I'll order this mystery. So it shows up today. And about an hour before the show starts, I actually finally opened the box. You know what the fuck they sent me?
What?
I now have 200 milliliters of strawberry sour belly.
The one that you don't like, and you don't like.
The one that I don't like very much. And now I got 200 milliliters to get through of this shit. I mean, I did order a 120. I finally ordered a 120 of something. I ordered a 120 of the berry peach menthol.
What you use that for is your backup of backups, to where when you're completely out, you still got something. Because we had one like that at one point, to where, and this was back when 60 mils was like a big deal. We had like a 60 mil of you ever heard of Beard? Well, Beard were pretty big about 3 years ago, and they all had numbers. So this was like Beard 51, I think, and it was like a chocolate mint, like the Thin Mints, but it was so freaking rich, dude, to where you're like, oh, this tastes good, and then after a few, you're like, man, this is gonna make me. And then so that was our backup. We got like 360 mils as like a prize for like some raffle at a cloud competition thing, and then when we had that, so we always had juice. Because if we ran out of stuff we liked, we could at least get our hit off of freaking Beard 51. We didn't like it, but we can get the hit off of it.
Oh, let me tell you something else that happened to me before you answer that question about Blaze. You should answer the question on the show. Stop typing.
Okay.
So I went to Avail and they had some stuff that was on clearance. And it was like five of them for $25. And you know, Avail, and goes back to the thing that you were just saying about how I hate the fact that they come up with these weird fucking names and they don't put what the fuck the flavor is on the bottle.
Yeah.
So like everything in Avail, you got to ask the question like, okay, so what is this? What is that? What is this? Now, when you're walking around and the little testers and stuff, they do say the name of it and then what it tastes like. But with it all being in this bin, it doesn't say anything on it. So I grabbed a few. I asked for one of them, and it was like green apple. I'm like, right. Cool. I can roll with green apple. So I use it, and it was green apple, but there was something else, and it was really weird. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what the hell is this? So after about a tank full, I decided to pull it up. It's green apple, but with floral flavorings. So it's green apple and flowers. Like she didn't tell me that part. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like there's something else to this. Like this isn't just green apple. Like I had green apple.
See, that's weird. Like I can understand like after you exhale, like who around you but smell it and it smells good. But who tastes flowers?
Exactly. Who eats flowers? Except for that one chick who did that weird video on YouTube of her rolling a blunt with rose petal. You know what I'm saying?
That's the only flower I heard people inhaling is freaking bud. You know?
No, it was not good. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't good. Like it's as did the flowers taste good. It wasn't bad. It was just weird because it was like green apple and potpourri. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want to eat potpourri? Do you want to like inhale potpourri? Like, you want to smell potpourri? Potpourri smells, great. It's potpourri. You know what I'm saying? But like green apple and potpourri as a flavor didn't really work. And now I understand why that shit was on clearance.
Yeah.
Also got some red rubies, which I've already told you about my thing about red rubies. Red rubies is fruit punch. And it's not until you vape it that you realize you punch.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen the new trailer for Blaze Blue yet. But
is that something you're into? I don't think I've ever heard you talk about Blaze Blue. I know Blue talks about
that. I've never really been too much into Blaze Blue. I always thought it was cool, but I've never like really hardcore fighting games. Like have always been kind of, things like like King of Fighters and things like that. I've always been, its own niche. I play Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter and shit. But
outside of Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, any other game that I'm gonna play, I need to play a game to where if I button mash, I'll be alright.
Yeah, because this new Blaze Blue, the whole stick with it is it has Persona and Ruby characters. It's like a crossover between those three franchises.
That's cool though. Yeah. If you're into all of that, that's really dope.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happened with the vape juice. So now I have 200 ml of strawberry sour milk. I thought it was gonna be like a mixture or something. I didn't know that they were just gonna send me a random bottle or something.
Right.
But
you thought it was gonna be a new flavor that's like a mystery flavor.
Yeah, because all they had was a whole bunch of fruits on the picture, so I thought it was a mixture of the fruits. So I'm like, all right, cool. Just throw some fruits in there and we'll be all right. And nope.
That'd been great if it tastes like the mystery flavor of the Airhead.
Exactly. Like that's what I was thinking. I was thinking Airheads, dog. Like it was like it's really it really kind of hurt me, dog. Like I pulled it out the box and I'm like, really? That's what it is. And then I was hoping, like subconsciously, I was hoping that it just like we needed to put a label on this. We ain't got no mystery label, so we just put a label on there. So I put it in, and that's what I'm vaping on right now. It is definitely strawberry sour. Definitely.
Cool. Yeah, I'm vaping on a cinnamon bun. I'm probably gonna have to get some more juice next payday. This when I get my 2 120s and 2 testers, that lasts me pretty much a month. If I don't get that, we'll be scraping by. But
I usually get enough. It lasts me about 2 weeks, and I used to alternate and buy some from them, then buy some from Mount Baker. But I haven't bought anything from Mount Baker in a while, and that's crazy because Mount Baker has Thug Juice. I haven't had Thug Juice really since I went home, and I just bought a bottle of the Vapolo version of Thug Juice, which is called Drink, which is where I started, but it's like way expensive. Like I spent $13 when I could have spent $8. So
yeah. Well, I guess we can go ahead and get into the community section because everything's been pretty samey for me in actual life. Other than we had a little podcast, not podcast, but video live stream last night that was kind of on the spirit of some Warhammer 40K, which was pretty cool. So yeah.
Oh, we did get another question in the podcast.
Yeah. I was bringing it up right now.
Okay, I'll just make sure you got it.
All right, we can go with the question of the month first, since that's the shortest. Because I like about 4 or 5 times I try to remind people about it, but got to do what you got to do. We got two answers. Well, technically 3 because there's another here from Blue again. So Blue said, I eat and like foods that smell bad.
You didn't say what the question was.
Oh, yeah. Well, we said last time, you got to remember this shit. We make our listeners like work for.
Okay.
Do you eat and like foods that actually smell bad, and why? And Blue said, I eat and like foods that smell bad, like fish with roasted Brussels sprouts. Both smell bad, but are delicious. Also, balsamic vinaigrette is high rank on that list. And Latina Mafia said that I guess that all depends on what smells bad to one person or not another. I totally can't stand the taste or smell of liver. The very thought of it makes my stomach turn. I love fish, onions, sardines, asparagus, and other things that may smell, that people may not find pleasing. To me, it all depends on the flavors and how they are cooked. A raw onion isn't that appealing to me, but a beautifully caramelized onion is to die for. And then Blue came back and said that Mike and I had a discussion on chitterlings, aka chitlins. They taste as bad, if not worse, than they smell, but some of my family members love them. And then I came back. There's a person that's been in our Discord named Chitterlings since we started the Discord way back last year, and I've never known who that was. So. And I added them in there when he said that, and they never responded, so I don't know who that could be.
Shout out to Chitlins, yeah.
Yeah. So we had a few questions for the podcast. Would you like to read the sentence?
No. I don't even want to talk about. I don't even really want to do it, but I will do it because it was asked.
Yeah, and and she comes from a place to where she was pretty much raised in African American household, but. But she never that's just one thing she just never understood. Like, I do have a sensitive kind of question. This comes from Amber, Mrs. Awakened Heathen in the Discord. I do have a sensitive question, kind of controversial, but Scar, on your next podcast, could you please explain or help me understand? She really? Oh, okay.
He wants to know why black people call themselves they.
Yeah, but so, why? Yeah. So why? Because she's the word so degrading. She's just curious why that she would be offensive herself. So I make it into a why do you make it into a positive? I just feel that it's a negative cultural reference on such a beautiful culture. Also, another interesting fact: if you spell the word differently instead of 2 G's. In video game culture, it means noob, which she found kind of dumb, but please don't find this offensive. She doesn't mean any harm. She's just generally curious. Please talk about this on the...
Here's the thing.
Okay.
We do it because we can. And that's the simple answer, and it's something that we've always done. Mm-hmm. I think it's the fact that it's that word that has a whole lot of people hung up on it. That is that word, and some people are offended by it. Some people aren't. I think that no matter how you spell it, for the most part, you're still referring to the same people. It's just that, some people do identify as that type of person. But I think no matter how you spell it is referring to the same person, but also how you say it matters a lot. Why do people keep telling me to smile? How you say it matters a lot. Intent matters a lot. I can choose another word. I could choose another word and still put the same intent behind it, and it still means the same thing. Like, I can say, you fucking porcupine, and like it, like my intent matters there. Or I can say, what's up, my porcupine? Like, you know what I mean? Like the intent behind the word matters, and how you use it matters. Am I one of those people that staunchly believes that white people shouldn't say it? I don't think it's wise, because you could be in a situation where you.
Well, what if it's like well, there's a famous Bob Dylan song where he used the word in a very ironic, where he was actually talking about, the song Hurricane. The song, well, it's about, the hurricane.
Do I look like I ever listened to any fucking Bob Dylan? Like, do I look like I give a shit about anything Bob Dylan has ever done?
He's like a civil rights activist and all that shit.
Yeah, he's a civil rights activist. I ain't never seen him at the meeting. Like, fuck out of here.
He's old, man.
He's not my porcupine, man. Like, you know what I mean?
But anyway, the boxer, the hurricane.
I know what you mean. I've seen the movie.
Yeah, that's what the song's about. But there's a line in there where he's talking about other people. Quote, basically. So yeah, or something like that, or like say it's freaking hilarious, but offensive comedian hates liberals. What's his name?
There's a lot of offensive comedians.
He died in like '94. Bill Hicks.
No idea who that is.
Oh, you listen to some Bill Hicks. He's very, very angry most of the time.
I have to deal with that at work. Like, one of the owners of the company I work for, a small company, and like there's two owners, and they both are at work every day, and one of them is staunchly a Republican. And a conservative, and so I have to understand that, and like it's the thing, like where she said in the question that she asked that she thinks that that it's a beautiful culture, and like it casts a negative light on a beautiful culture, but not too many of people outside of the culture think it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of people love black culture, but they don't love black people. And that includes black people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people love black culture. Like, black culture is
like
greatness.
Like the rednecks that like only listen to hip hop and rap, but then they are also prejudiced, which makes no sense to me.
Exactly. And like how every time like somebody famous that's white comes out with something new, and but it's something that black people have done for a long time. Like, someone would come out like Kylie Jenner wear cornrows, and all of a sudden that's like a thing, and you're like, Kylie Jenner has just came out with some snapback braids or something like that, and it's like, those are just fucking cornrows. Those are just fucking cornrows, right? Like, do we understand that these are just?
I'm gonna be real with you. Cornrows have always like irked me because they look so uncomfortable. Like,
I never made it to my cornrow phase. Like, yeah. I tried to get my hair long enough for the cornrows back before I started losing.
It just looks like it hurts, man.
It does. It, depending on who does it, it does hurt for like a day. The first day, you got your hair got to grow a little bit, but it does hurt for that first day. Mm-hmm. But it's the thing where like how like somebody did an article about how Iggy Azalea and Jennifer Lopez were bringing big butts in style, and I'm like.
When did big butts go out of style?
We've had this whole time, and you know what I mean? Like, somebody else does it, and all of a sudden they're the hallmark of the thing that we've done. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how like Eminem gets so much love for being a white rapper. Now, he's exceptional at rapping, but as a person, He's barely grown. He still calls people the alternate F word on his music, and people still roll with that, even though in your life you don't really fuck with nobody who uses the alternate F word.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you? I mean, like, if someone uses the alternate F word around you, do you just roll like that and you just not say anything? I don't know anybody in my circle and that people that I'm around. If they use that word, they are going to get checked.
Right.
Like that's
because the Bill Hicks thing.
That's not what we do. Like we don't call people, the slang term for cigarettes in England. Like we don't do that. But like so like it really at the hold on. Let me come back to the question. Let me come back to the question. Mostly we do it because we can. Mostly we do it because we've been conditioned to. It's in almost every version of our media. It's in the things that we watch. Even when like we watch something like Luke Cage, which is very black, and every time someone calls him a nigga, he's like, "Is that what you see here?" Like, and he's like, not about that life. But then the other characters use it when talking to each other because it's just something that we've been conditioned to do, and I don't think it's going to go away. Because as long as it's not going to go away until white people stop thinking it's cool enough to want to say. It's like the Chimpokemon episode of South Park. Like Chimpokemon was this big deal, but the only way for Chimpokemon to go out of style was for the parents to like it and make it uncool. Do you know what I mean? Like, it has to, there has to be a shift in the culture to whereas it's not a part of anything anymore. But in the end, like it doesn't hurt anything. Like it doesn't hurt anything. And I think it's funny. And I said this on Facetious 2 weeks ago. The funny part to me is all of the people really get up in arms about it, because let's be honest, at the end of the day, it's just one word. Like you have the whole English language to use. And if you can't use that one word, that's great. Like it's just one word, and it doesn't offend me when like if you were to say it right now, I'll just be like, bruh, don't do that. But like, I'm not gonna like flip the fuck out. Like that's not how it's gonna go. Like when you're black, you have to learn how to read sign, and your intent is the sign that I need to know in order to process when you say that word. Yes, we could be in a car and that could be on the radio, or it could be that YouTube video of all of the people from Alabama singing "Man Down" and saying that word really fucking hard. But there's an intent about it that makes it good or bad. Like I said, it's porcupine. I could say porcupine a million times in a million different ways, but until I say you motherfucking porcupine, motherfucker porcupine, when I put something else behind it, and we pretty much define the difference between the two with the hard R. But let's be honest, there really isn't a difference. But it's just something that we've been conditioned to say. It's something that we say. It's something that I say daily. And I had to be told by my girlfriend, who is a white lady, that because I kind of like look at her like, maybe you shouldn't say that. But then she's like, well, if you don't want me to say it, then you shouldn't say it to me.
Right.
But it's just how I talk. Like, even if I get excited, I'm like, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just how I speak. It's just how I talk. It's ingrained in me. And I've tried to stop on multiple occasions. I really have. I tried cold turkey, didn't work. I tried to switch to ninja, didn't work. It's just so much ingrained in just the way that I talk. And it's especially the way that I talk to my people. Like, it's a completely different thing when it's just us talking to each other. And we say, the difference, is code switching. Please look up code switching. Code switching. I really don't want to explain that here, but and then depending on my environment, I will use it or I won't. I can't use it at work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a word I use at work, even though I wanted to correct my coworker that first week that I worked. And she was talking about how she doesn't like the word and all this other stuff. And she doesn't like FUBU. And I wanted to correct her at the time, but I was the new guy and I couldn't really correct her. But it's just a part of us. And, you know, it doesn't have to be a part of us. Just like it doesn't have to be a part of you to want to say it. Like and to be honest, it doesn't really help me or hurt me if you say it.
Right.
Yeah, someone said they're talking in the what you call it. Mafia Thug said it's kind of the same way as saying fuck when you're with friends and fudge when you're in church. You know, like the kind of the same way that I wouldn't like. The kind of the same way that I talk to my parents. Like I cannot, like, if I ever cuss around my stepmom at this point, it's totally by accident. Like I cuss all day, every day. In the early days of me and my girl, she was wondering like, how the fuck do you go to work and you talk like that? Because I cuss a lot. In daily life. And she was like, how do you go to work? And it's just like, it's a switch that you flip. And like, it's a completely separate mindset from my normal life. But like, you know, it's like, I guess at this point, it's like different profiles. So like when I go to work, I am Mike, the guy that works for the moving company. When I talk to my mom, I am, you know, Michael, little Michael, the son.
Yeah.
Yes, they call me Little Mike. But I am Little Michael, the son. You know me. When I'm at home, I'm 100% free to be me and say what I want to, except for, you know, I can't say the N word to her. But like, you know, like it's a thing, and code switching is a thing. But like at the end of the day, it's just a word. Really, it's one word out of the whole English language. Like there's books dedicated to the language. There's books, and like this whole book, like, you know, you pick up a dictionary is like this fucking thick, and like there's lots and lots of words. There's thousands of words inside of that book. And someone says, don't say this one. And you're like, why can't I say that one? It's because you have thousands of others you can say.
What's the same way, like, don't say fuck? The first thing the kids are going to be like, fuck.
Right.
Fuck.
Right. Right. And like the more people outside the culture that get by it, the more people are going to actually do it as a fuck you to you. Right. You know what I mean? Like that. I know people who say it more because they know that it bothers people outside of the culture, and like, you know, and it's kind of like to some people it's kind of a badge of honor to be able to say it. We you know, like, we can do this, and I know that you can't because you may fear the reprisal.
Right.
But
I was going to say the Bill Hicks thing was like, well, the whole setup for that is, I'm pretty sure you said it more times, but this one time that's in my memory, because I just recently re-listened to it, was like, it was around the LA riots times, and he was talking about the police, where like, he was like, these police had like such freaking big balls when they were in that fucking judge room. They basically was like, you're like, I solemnly swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. And like, can you give me a name? Well, my name is Officer N-word Hater. So, like, as a you know, a way to say what these freaking policemen were about at that time. You know what I mean? But you know, I mean, we have our issues with police anyway, especially the LAPD and the NYPD. Yeah.
We have our issues anyway. You know, I was on my way back. I left work today, and I went to Michael's to go buy some paint. So I went to Michael's after work because they were having a sale. And shout out to the lady at Michael's because she hooked me up because I used the 50% off coupon. I went to the car, dropped that off, went back and used the 50% coupon again. Because I asked her before I did it the second time. And I was like, hypothetically, if I go to the car and go, damn, I forgot something, will I be able to use this coupon again? And she was like, yes. And I was like, okay, cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come back. And then I'm going to use a different phone number as the little phone number where y'all used to claim this stuff. I used a different phone number and you should be straight. She was like, all right. So I did that. So shout out to her. But on the way back, I'm driving back and I'm in the left lane. There's 2 lanes. I'm in the left lane, and from one of the side streets, a police officer turns on to the right lane. And like, I'm not doing anything wrong. Like, I'm not doing anything wrong at all. And I start sweating crazy. Like, really, like, I'm just, it's like every time I see a police officer, it's like, am I going to die today? And no one should ever feel like that. And that goes to the whole thing about it being a beautiful culture. Like, yeah, it might be a beautiful culture to you, but not everybody thinks that. Like, for real. Like, yeah. All right, let's go to something else. Cause
I'll plug something real fast before I forget. Like, if there's anybody watching or listening that's around the Raleigh-Durham area, or like, not Durham, but Raleigh-Cary, Knightdale area, come to the paint class at Event Horizon. They asked me if I can plug it. I can totally plug it because I'm pretty much there like twice a week. And we just did a live stream, the last videos at that paint class. It was our game night. And those dudes do some freaking, like, if you saw the video, the kind of freaking work they, and that Nurgle army.
So did you do this on purpose where you just made yourself look whiter?
Well, I went to my notes.
Okay. But it's like really bright, and it made you look a lot whiter. Like, I can barely see your facial features at this point.
Yeah, it's because so I can contrast off you.
You're my racial beard. So
yeah.
You know what? Go white. Go as white as you want to be. Because you are my racial. Like, no one can. Like, people. I've had people actually like say that they believe that I'm racist against white people, and I'm like, how the hell did you get that? Like, where did that come from? When did I become racist against white people? Like most of my co-hosts for this show have been white or half white.
I mean, freaking Blue, not Blue, but Big Daddy was like a white Republican. Like even that's not even me. Like, I'm a white liberal.
I couldn't even talk about the greatness that is Obama around him, because he hated Obama. Like, hated Obama with a passion. Really, really stinking hated Obama. My girlfriend for almost 5 years is a white lady. And I love her more than almost anybody on this planet except for my daughter. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't have anything against white people. It's just, I'm black, and I have to be aware of my black at all times, because if I'm not aware of my black at all times, I could die. And that's a reality that I have to face every single day. That, like, if I walk into a situation and I'm not aware of my blackness, I could die.
Because I was just in the grocery store, man. And there was a guy and his son was wearing a black hoodie with the hood up. And his son was, a young kid. And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, holy shit, he's going to have a talk with that kid to where, like, when you get a little older, you can't be dressing like that.
I don't own a hoodie.
Yeah.
And I didn't own one before Trayvon Martin, and I'm certainly not going to own one after. That
sucks, because fucking hoodies are like the most freaking wonderful clothing item made by me.
And there's gonna be a real, like, they have where I work at, they have work hoodies, and everybody else that I work with, that I work around, the closest people that I work around, they all have them. They wear them to work periodically, and they look so fucking comfortable. But I know that I will never have one of those because I can't. Like, the owner has like a fleece, and I'm like, you know what? I can roll with the fleece. I'm not getting that fucking hoodie. Like, I'll spend the extra money to get the fleece jacket, but I will not get that hoodie. Absolutely. You are not. It's like I say, it's being aware of my blackness. I can't go anywhere in a hoodie. My girlfriend loves hoodies. Like, she wears a hoodie like almost every day. That she doesn't wear like a larger coat depending on the weather. But if it's just normal jacket weather, she wears a hoodie. And I'm like, I could never wear that.
Yeah, because hoodies are great because you can pretty much wear them all year round. Like on a kind of cool summer night, it's like the best thing ever. To wear a hoodie and shorts.
Yeah, white people wear them with shorts. Go-to. That's what I was about to say. White people wear them with shorts and your short socks and Vans.
Yeah. That's totally me. Like, my like high school, college, after college attire was pretty much a black like hardcore or metal band hoodie and camouflage shorts with some freaking Converses and Vans.
Are you that guy with the camouflage cargo shorts?
Yep, totally, man. Those are the most comfortable fuckers on the planet. I don't know what's about them. I love them.
I'm sorry.
They make me feel. They make me feel.
How about just some regular cargo? Well, how about some regular cargo shorts? Not the camouflage ones. How about some regular cargo shorts? Like, cargo shorts are comfortable the way they are.
Because the camouflage shorts say, "I'm a chill dude, but don't fuck with me."
No, camouflage shorts say, "I'm a douchebag." I know this guy. When I was working a previous job, right? There's this guy who walked past almost every day. And this guy, he was just a white dude. He kind of looks a little nerdy. Had always had his hair pulled back in a ponytail, and looked kind of greasy.
Yeah,
you know. And he wore camouflage pants or shorts with boots every day.
Well, I don't wear the pants, just the shorts. In high school, it was cut off, but now I just get the ones from that you just buy. I used to go legit, but
wow, okay.
I don't wear the boots though. I don't do boots because it's just too fucking heavy. I like some light fucking too heavy shit.
I have no problem wearing like some nice little lugs or something like that, or just some. Look, I like the low boots. Like I can roll with some low boots. I got some low boots that I bought from Rose's that I rock them jumps all the time at work. And they kind of wheat colored and they kind of roll with it. They kind of go with everything. It's a fashion statement for me. And also I live in Virginia where we wear Timbs all year. So that's the thing. We wear Timbs all year, but no, I got these from Rose's and I wear my boots and I think they look fantastic.
Nice.
Okay, so we are already on an hour and we have not talked about none of the normal stuff.
What's a special night, dude? So we
okay, so I'm gonna talk about a video game.
Okay.
So I finally bought Killing Floor on Xbox.
Cool.
And I finally got to play yesterday because for some reason my internet and my Xbox were not being free. So I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden it started working again. I'm like, cool. So here's the thing. Because I know how to play Killing Floor at this point, because this is the third platform I own it on.
Right.
I started playing, and in less than 2 hours, I started with the SWAT again because I'm trying to get my SWAT up. I started with the SWAT again, and I started to go with something new because there's one that I want to do. I want to do the Gunslinger because I started using a Desert Eagle every once in a while. And the Desert Eagle is fantastic. I mean, it is fantastic.
Is it like you're holding it here and it's like boom, you like throwing it back?
It has a lot of reach, but like you can one of the normal enemies, most of them you can one shot, like just pow, gone. And it's amazing because if you only have one, you can dual wield deagles. You can dual wield deagles, and it is greatness if you can dual wield deagles because there's only 7 in the clip. I know. Maybe the Gunslinger you can do the thing. One of your skills you can put more in the clip or whatever, like how you can do with the Firebug. But I never use a Gunslinger, so I'm basically just jumping over. And then the double barrel shotgun is amazing. Like, absolutely amazing. Even on hard difficulty, the double barrel shotgun, if you line it up right and you headshot like Skrakes or Flesh Pounds, you got about 3 of those double barrel, like, because your alt fire, you shoot both barrels at the same time. About 3 of those will take down a Skrake or a Flesh Pound if you hit them square in there. So that shit is like that. But I went from like a 0 to a 9 in less than 2 hours.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like I'm getting up there because I only used the SWAT. I was tempted to switch to a Firebug, but I only used the SWAT for that.
So how do those deagles do against bosses and shit?
It was all right. But I usually wanted to switch to something more major for the bosses.
Because if they one shot a regular, they should like at least 2 or 3 or 4 shot a boss.
Nah, bosses those health bars for the boss is like crazy. And depending on the boss, like it may not be advantageous of using something that you got to reload so often.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, the best thing for a SWAT is a P90, because the P90 it is not as it doesn't have the power that a lot of other guns have, but what you do have is like 80 something in the clip. You know what I mean? Like you got 80 something bullets in the clip. So especially when you have the slowdown and you have time to line that up and just empty 80 something bullets into a boss or one of the big ones heads, it's greatness. The P90 is the shit, sir.
Huh.
It's almost like a BB gun. Like it feels like a BB gun because you just switch out the clip. It's like I said, it's like 80 something. So it works out pretty well. Cool. And you can switch it. And you can switch it to semi. So like you got 80 something in the clip, and you can switch that bitch to semi, bruh. If you're not averse to just pulling the trigger whenever you need to, that shit works out great. I'm always every match that I've played so far, I don't get a whole lot of the other awards. I always get the headshots. Always, every single round. I have not received the headshot award after every match.
Yeah, yeah, P90 in other games will specifically Call of Duty 4 was my shit. Like,
yeah, but that was almost like...
Yeah, I know, because, like, you put a freaking silencer and double tap on that thing and stopping power, and it's just, like, people just drop... Even if they had last hand, you just kept shooting until you saw the little number. You know? They go down with a little... So, because I remember, I might have said this on the podcast before, but... I made a video and a friend of mine was watching. He's like, "Ooh, this guy, he's modded. He's using a modded controller." And I'm like, "Dude, that's me." He's like, "You use a modded controller?" I was like, "No, get the P90 and use these perks." And he was like, "Oh my gosh, it's like easy mode." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm telling you, dude."
Absolutely.
But yeah, that was good times. But yeah, I had one life hack that I didn't actually have in my my notes. It was actually computer related. It was my DVI cord adventures that I was going to call it. Fucking A, dude. Holy shit. I just
had to buy a new one too. I just had to buy a new cord.
Because I was going to have two monitors on my, so I can have chat over here and, you know what I mean? So I can look at, for streaming and stuff. And then this monitor over here it's a widescreen. It doesn't have HDMI. It's older. But it has RGB and DVI. And DVI is pretty beast. DVI can actually handle 4K if I'm not mistaken, from what my buddy was telling me. So, cause he,
don't give me the line.
Yeah, cause what he was telling me is that, like, something about frames and stuff, that he uses DVI to get 4K, like, 150 frames per second, because HDMI can't really handle all the frames, but DVI can, or whatever. But all I was wanting it for is that I have a RGB cord, because that's what it was plugged into on my mom's computer, right? So, but my RGB is on the motherboard. The DVI is in the video card, which my HDMI is coming out of. I can't use the motherboard freaking video out and the video card. So I was like, okay, I have some cash. I'd rather just, like, go to freaking Walmart or Office Max and get some fucking shit. I went to Walmart, no DVI cards, just RGB and fucking HDMI. They had fucking walls of HDMI.
The HDMI cords are like $20, and it's like, bruh, I got a 6 foot, I got like 3 6 foot HDMI cables from Amazon for like $8.
Yeah, like, they were pretty cheap at Walmart too. But then I went to Office Max. They had one that was 24, and I was looking at it, and the fucking pins were bent. I was like, dude, I will buy this from you for $8. I'd have to fix it, but you would have had sold something that you're not going to be able to sell. Look at this, shit's fucking fucked up. And then he was like, as long as I can go, it's 20. I was like, nope. So I was like, well, I had to turn in some shit to work, so I went to Garner, and then I was like, fuck, Staples and Best Buy are up here. So I went to Staples. Fucking DVI cord was fucking $40. I was like, you motherfuckers are insane. And then I went to Best Buy, And they didn't even have the DVI one. They had dual DVI, and I don't need dual DVI. I need regular fucking DVI. And even that was like $20-something. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna fucking go without a second screen, use my fucking phone for chat, and get one for Amazon for fucking $6. Because fuck this shit.
Yeah,
There's a reason you brick and mortar store, everybody's like, oh, brick and mortar's going away. It's so sad. But fuck! You're selling fucking cords for, like, fucking ancient ass cords for $40 fucking dollars.
Yeah,
fuck you.
I had a problem with my DVI to HDMI cable. And so I went on Amazon and I bought one, and look, I'm looking at my orders right now. On February the 18th, I bought an HDMI to DVI, and I spent $6.99.
Right.
6 foot cable, $6.99. I would never buy any cables in the store. I mean, back in the day, I used to buy from Monoprice. So like, now Monoprice sells stuff on Amazon, so just get it through Amazon and call it a day.
But the thing is, like, I'm not going to buy an older cable for more than I would pay for an HDMI. The HDMIs are like $8 or around $9 or $10. You know what I mean? And then the DVIs is like $40. Dude, you guys are insane. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is just, I'm buying a DVI cable not because I want to, just because I have to use this old ass monitor. If I had 2 HDMI slots and an HDMI fucking monitor, then that's what I'd be doing. But yeah, I don't.
This monitor, I have the VGA, and then it has a DVI. I do not have a just direct HDMI in this monitor that I'm using now. So that's why I had to do the DV to HDMI, where I plug the HDMI into my computer, DV to the monitor, and everything works. So, but yeah, I will not ever buy cables if I don't have to. I'm not buying cables in the store.
Right, but from what I hear, DVI is actually pretty beast, but it's just not as widespread as HDMI. Because it's a pin type. It's not as user friendly. HDMI is pretty much a fucking kid can plug that shit in, but DVI you have to get. I mean, if you plug that shit in wrong, you'll fuck it up. The pins.
Hold on for a second. You keep talking.
But yeah. So I'm just gonna like get one from fucking Amazon. I mean, everyone's like, I showed him the thing on fucking Amazon, and I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, we don't compete with Amazon anymore. We just like fuck it. We can't compete with those prices. We can match prices with like Staples and whatever else. But then they were the cheapest out of all of them. But still, $24 is still fucking too much. So, but until they start competing with Amazon, they're like at some point, like we're just gonna have fucking fields with like towers, like internet towers, and nobody's gonna fucking go out of their house ever again. Because I mean, it's supply and demand. Nobody's gonna. What's up, Waffle? Nobody's gonna fucking buy whatever from whoever. They're gonna go with the cheapest one. That's why everyone fucking shops at Walmart. Everyone's like, oh, I fucking hate Walmart. I like the local stores, but you don't shop at local stores because they can't compete with Walmart. Fuck. That's your trickle-down economics, I guess. But you gotta be able to compete with the low prices, but you can't afford to. Everything's gonna be I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna be a good thing, but something's gonna happen for brick-and-mortar stores to actually continue to be a viable place for people just to go. Because even if you think, oh, I want this thing, I want it today, I can just go to the store and get it. Versus ordering it and then having it shipped to me and then waiting a few days or whatever. But with fucking Amazon Prime, the longest you have to wait is a day, and it's fucking free shipping. Like some of the more shit like food or laundry detergent shit. I mean, I've never ordered that kind of shit off Amazon. But shit like that, you can get it the same day if you order it in the morning. Like, it's fucking insane. You don't even need to get out of your house to get something the same day. You can just like, they have these little things I saw on Amazon to where you get a thing, like a Tide Pod thing. And then you paste it on your, it's linked to your Amazon account. You put it on your dryer and you just press the button, and then that afternoon you got some fucking Tide Pods, for supper. But yeah, sorry, Scar. Where the fuck is Scar? I'm doing a bang ass job fucking filibustering. I don't know if it's making any sense, but I'm doing it. I'm tired of this fucking camera being so low. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get low. There. Now the camera is the way it's supposed to be. This is how I'm supposed to look. I'm supposed to look there because the camera is supposed to be on top of my computer screen. But it's not. Because the cords are... So maybe I should order... No, I'm probably going to get a computer table. Where the fuck is Scar? He just... on my knees. This is terrible. Bad idea. Gamers in beta backwards.
So, what just happened?
I was filibustering.
Under the desk?
I was showing how the camera's supposed to be because the cord's so short.
Okay. All right. I don't know. All right. So, what was your filibuster about? Let me see if I can jump in on it.
About fucking how the people are complaining about brick and mortar stores going out of business and stuff, and then having to compete with Amazon.
Yeah, it's the fucking Toys R Us thing. Like, Toys R Us prices were ridiculous, and then people act like they were sad to see Toys R Us go out of business. But like, how often did you shop at Toys R Us because the prices were so expensive?
Right. The only people that I heard shopping at Toys R Us is people like Trader Joe that like could like, you know, it's like the couponing housewives of gaming is basically what Trader Joe is.
Yeah, and people who like those the shit like Amiibos and like, you know, like Skylanders and Disney Infinity and all of that shit. Like, those are the only people that I know that actually went to places like Toys R Us to try to get like specific things. But I didn't know any regular person that still really went to Toys R Us that often. The last couple times I went to Toys R Us, I'm gonna tell you something. And this goes back to people loving black culture but not loving black people. There was this doll that my daughter wanted. And so it was a certain type of doll. I'm not going to say what kind it is, but because Toys R Us
American Girl.
I don't think it was an American Girl, but it was something like that.
Okay.
And so we're looking at it, it's a bunch of dolls, and there's one that she wants, and I'm like, and I tell her that, okay, I am going to pay for these dolls. Until I realized that the dolls that I wanted to pay for, which were, you know, dolls that look more like her, cost more. They're all the same doll, but the ones that look like her cost more. And that's when I realized that I would never want to shop. I was never going to shop at Toys R Us.
Would you be more offended if they were, all the dolls that look like her were like fucking cheap as dirt?
Nope. I wouldn't be offended at all because I'm the father that has to buy it. Like, no, absolutely not. I was talking about
like when you have, I mean, I've never bought like household shit from Amazon, but they have like, I saw them on Amazon.com to where they have like little buttons, and you can paste those buttons on your like washer, and in the morning you can press that button and it's linked to your fucking Amazon account.
Yeah.
And in the afternoon you got some fucking Tide Pods for supper.
I see what we the black delegation are not amused. We the old people delegation are not amused. Come on, man. Like, old people. Here's the thing.
I don't even know if people were actually eating this shit. I just thought that it was probably like some fucking like meme, and then everyone thought everyone did, because I never known anybody was eating.
No, people were doing the Tide Pod challenge. We posting videos.
Oh,
like,
okay.
one guy tried to vape. It didn't go. You know what I mean? Like,
was it that dude? That dude, what's his name? He was like the Beast, the LA Beast or something. The LA Beast. Look up like LA Beast on YouTube. That dude like fucking tries to eat like fucking glass and shit. He tried to snort a fucking like, what is it? Like the he wanted the like cry like the where you crack them and they like glow, like the glow sticks. He wanted the cry glow stick oil, so he snorted fucking glow stick. It fucked him fucking up, dude.
Why the fuck? See, people,
he's fucking stupid, dude.
Yeah, the old people are always like, what the fuck is wrong with these kids? It's like, nothing is wrong with these kids. Like, they're bored. The same way you were when you did a whole bunch of the dumb shit you did. It's just like, okay, some people are eating Tide Pods. Cool. I'm pretty sure if we had Tide Pods when we were kids, people would have fucking did that shit too. Yeah, people snorting condoms. People snorting condoms through their nose. And I'm like, that's not new. Like, people are acting like this is brand new. Like, I've heard of people doing this.
Okay, we spilled
your ass didn't want to waste the condom, so you snorted balloons. Like, I know of people who've done this.
Yeah, because we spilled. It wasn't Tide Pods. It was like the other. It was like a dishwasher thing. So we spilled some out on the floor, and they were in the wrapper. And I was like, holy shit! Now I know why fucking little kids and shit are eating this shit. It looks like a pile of fucking like fucking
What's it called? The little dip stuff. You know what I mean? When you get the little candy stick and you dip it in the powder.
Yeah, like well, the packages on these look like little like the kind that you get at Halloween, like little snack versions of Three Musketeers. That's what they look like on the floor.
Actually, it does.
Yeah, because it's like a shiny paper and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not, like, every time someone goes off about it, it's like, what is these kids doing? And they keep doing these challenges and stuff like that. It's because they're bored. They don't have anything to challenge them at this point because everything in life, pretty much at this point in our lives, is very automated. Like, we're not actually doing a whole lot. Like, people say, get a computer or get a smartphone. It'll help you out and it'll, all of this other stuff. But, like, all of the things that it's doing for us now just gives us more time to figure out dumb shit to do.
This is kind of like
when you were young and you were without these things, like you had to manually do these same things. So that means you had less time to do stupid stuff, but you still did stupid stuff.
Right, because it's kind of like YouTube, like back when YouTube, not when it first started, but like maybe 2008-ish, pretty much all the shit on YouTube was pretty much quality shit, you know what I mean? Because the people that were posting shit knew some shit about fucking posting on YouTube. But now, like, you can post shit on YouTube just from your fucking Xbox. Like, it's so easy, like, to post an HD video on YouTube that you have so much fucking trash.
I've even live streamed in the past 2 weeks. Like, I'm just live streaming myself playing Killing Floor. Like, even I've done it. Like, if I can do it, anybody.
Right.
As the resident old guy of the cast, I'm almost 40.
Well, I'm almost 35. So.
I'll be 40 next year.
We're gonna have to. We can get a disability party for you, man.
No, we good. Like, I'm alright.
You can start going to Hardee's and being like, "Can I get a senior discount?"
Give me one of them omelet the omelet biscuits. Have you ever tried one of them omelet biscuits?
Not yet, but because I love some Hardee's. But Hardee's is the shit if you got some fucking coupons, because like they're pretty expensive, like on most of their shit, other than the $5 bag. But like when you have some coupons, they have so many fucking like buy one get one free like Monster Burgers and shit. Me and Amber can eat like both Monster Burgers for like $8. You know what I mean? And then
I find it very difficult to use coupons, except for using coupons on all of this painting stuff, because I haven't sold any.
Yeah, the only thing I really use coupons on is like fast food shit. But we're getting a Hardee's pretty fucking close, because that's the one thing about Hardee's is that they're not very frequent. Like Hardee's and Burger King, there's like maybe one, really? At least around here.
That's the Hardee's right around the corner from me.
Well, that's the thing, is depending where you are, there might be. But you leave that area.
And there's one further down, way further down the road. But I got them around. I used to live like 2 blocks away from a Hardee's. When I lived in Newport News, there was a Hardee's right there.
But there's going to be one real close to us, so that's going to fuck us up. We're going to be like eating $5 freaking boxes all the time. Me
and Pooh Bear used to walk. That's how. And my fat ass don't walk. But me and Pooh Bear used to walk to Hardee's. That's how close it was. So yeah, okay. All right. So I'm going to try to play some more Killing Floor. I got sleepy last night. I got old man sleepy. I went to sleep at like 10 o'clock, and that's very much unlike me. And I've been yawning today, so this is just really big. Like the work days being so boring at work, and there's not a whole lot going, have really messed up my coming home life. That's why, for the most part, I come home and I paint immediately, because I do not know what's going to happen for the rest of the evening. Right. And I have been doing my paintings every single day. I've been posting them. Mostly it's for the gram. I send them to Facebook, and then occasionally I will send like a bunch of them to Discord. Here's the problem that I have with Discord. I have very large hands. Yeah. So when I'm pressing a button to send a picture, I might press another one by accident. You cannot delete accidents on the app. You have to go to the web in order to delete posts.
Well, I thought you can hold on your post.
That shit didn't work. It doesn't work. Well, it don't work on my phone. But then again, Discord don't work very well on my phone anyway.
Oh, word.
Yeah. So you want to wrap this up, E?
Yeah, man, because I definitely want to shout out Fred Rojas because he shouted us out on the last podcast. And I don't know why I haven't really fucking shouted Gaming History X out on here because like he's like a cool ass dude. Him and Trees be fucking real, man. Trees is like the realest fucking Bostonian. Is that the word? Bostonian? Yeah, like that dude. He literally was like on the podcast like, you know, people be sending me party invites, but I don't respond to them because I don't fucking want to play any games with anybody. So like he's just like the realest dude. Like I love that dude. Like, and I've only like podcasting with him like once, but that dude's like the coolest shit. So yeah, him and Fred, man, they got a good thing going over there.
I really dig the homie boss, man. That's the homie.
We need to get him on the live shows, man. That'd be some shit. But yeah.
Would he want to do a live show or just a podcast?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. You know, live shows are special.
It's a question.
You know, because you can see my face.
Yeah, beardless. You are beardless. Are you really making faces? You do realize that at one point this is going to be audio only, right? And they're not going to see this. I'm just saying, like, somebody's okay. So we should probably wrap this up now.
Maybe when it's audio only, I should say.
I'm gonna suggest that you don't do that.
So you can put the sound over the video, and then it makes sense.
I don't think.
Future monkeys, bad fodder figures. My sister Katie, because she's been going through some shit. Ron Blocker, Mike. Ron Blocker has been messing this. He did message me. I forgot to talk about it on the last Scarcasm, or the last Scarcasm when he messaged me. But he said I was pretty much doing the magic thing wrong. I was supposed to like do the instant after he attacked or something. I didn't know you can. I didn't even know you can do instants like in the attack phase. I guess
I thought Mike J told you that.
Yeah, he did. Did I say Ron Blocker?
You said Ron Blocker.
Yeah, that was Mike J. Sorry, Ron Blocker, for like putting words in your mouth.
Ron Blocker because he gave me color suggestions on 2 paintings, and I did the second one yesterday. That was basically the AKA painting. Here's the thing that happened, right?
Uh-huh.
So I did it, and it came out great, and I really liked the painting. Well, it was kind of not level, so when I left it for the night, kind of shifted a little bit more than what the actual picture suggests. So, like, the part that was on the right side is a little bit further onto the left side. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's a thing. So, I may have to redo that.
Cool, man.
So, I pretty much got everybody's painting that suggested one down, with the exception of Amber's painting. I don't have hers done yet, but I'm gonna take the same basic idea that I did 2 months ago, and then I'm gonna do it and see how that goes. I did random colors. I had my girl just pick random colors today, and I made a painting. So I did that.
Well, the now live bot just posted that we were live like 10:17. So that was late as fuck.
Way after.
Yeah. So yeah. I don't know. Now live, you need to get on your shit. But yeah, there's one more shout out, like some shout outs on the fucking Discord, because there's some people that really like keep it going in there, and mostly fucking Agent Orange, because he's always posting his beer shit. Me and him going back and forth, posting pictures of beer. And
I don't drink, so I don't say much.
Yeah, because he posts like that one on the fucking river. Like, it's called Hub, it looks like. It's a New England IPA. That thing looks like fucking delicious. It looks like fucking orange juice. Like, I've always wanted to try a New England IPA, and I've never been able to get my hands on one. Because they have a very short life. A very short shelf life of like a week before they're like past their prime. They're really pretty much instantaneous drink them. So that's why I really can't find them in stores, and so I kind of need to go to a brewery that actually. But they sound really good. They're like really fruity and like just I don't know, just looks fucking really delicious.
It's really fruity and it feels grating.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we've been on this fucking. Speaking of fucking shit, man, we've been posting some fucking recipes up here. All this shit just makes me look hungry.
I've only posted one.
Yeah, that shit look good too, man. The fucking sausage egg roll.
Yeah, I tried it, but I had to bring it down a little bit. Some of that stuff, like especially like the garlic and stuff like that, is really strong.
Yeah. I posted, the latest one I posted was a made from scratch peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It tells you how to make the bread, the jelly, and the peanut butter.
Why would I do all that? I got some Crustables in the freezer that I ate 2 of them today.
Why would you do all that? It's the same reason. Why would you paint when you can just buy a painting?
Because
just
it's
to
a lot
do it.
cheaper. It's a lot cheaper to paint.
It's not cheaper. It's not cheaper to make it, but I bet that peanut butter and jelly sandwich you made from scratch is fucking delicious.
No, it is not.
You're such a negative Nancy.
Who the hell wants to make their own peanut butter and jelly? Chase, close the show. Close the show right now. Close the show right now.
All right, we out of here, guys. Peace out to the Warriors. Back and forth.
No one wants to make their own peanut butter and jelly. That's stupid. Where you can just go buy peanut butter and jelly or buy some Crustable. Damn it.
I like that shit, boy. Yeah, I'm telling you, Woo. I'm telling you.
Woo? Who is Woo? It's Whoa. It's Whoa.
It sounds like Woo. It sounds like Woo on my podcast.
Really? I listened to some. Did you turn off the live? Is it still live?
It's still on, but it's on the Scarcasm logo.
Okay. I listened to I saw a clip from the Levitar show on the on Facebook.
We're back live,
and it's like the weirdest. It was like the weirdest thing ever because I listened to it on 1.5 or 2x speed, and I'm listening to it at normal speed, and it was fucking unlistenable. I just couldn't because I'm so used to listening to it on going faster. I just couldn't do it. I was just, I'll just catch this on the actual podcast. I can't do this at all. That happened to me today. So, okay, now cut this shit off.
Okay, we're going to the screen that says we're professionals, and we're ending the podcast. Scarcasm with a big ass S. It's a big ass S for the Scarcasm.
I like that shit, yeah, boy. Yeah, I'm telling you, Whoa. I'm telling. All right, I ain't gonna talk.